Hey everybody, Edo here, and this is the Manhattan Project Chain Reaction. And if you're not familiar with it, this is the Manhattan Project, which this card game is inspired by, and this game is fantastic. So I actually haven't posted my own review of this yet, but not because I'm not playing it. But so this is the Manhattan Project, and this is the Manhattan Project Chain Reaction, a card game, and essentially, takes from the theme of play and making these bombs and uses a lot of the characters and card arts and the engineers and the scientists and the laborers and all that. But essentially, the Manhattan Project Chain Reaction is a really light, fast-paced card game where players are working to use their hands to create combos that allow them to acquire yellow cakes, turn them into uranium, and these cards work really well, into uranium, and then use that uranium to buy bombs, and either just buy a lot of bombs or load them and buy them to essentially be the first to have 10 bomb points, right? This is 5, this is 4, or 5 and a 4. One loaded as a 2, I'll have 11, and I'd win the game. So in terms of play, it's fast-paced and easy. You have your cards, which in the main body of the card, you might have a factory, you might have a mine, but essentially something that needs people, needs essentially workers, to then produce something at the bottom. And so that could produce cards, it could produce yellow cakes, it can turn yellow cakes into uranium, so a whole variety of things. But in addition, and it can also produce, more. Let's see if I have a good. I can take laborers to the university and produce scientists, right? So it can also produce things you need. The other thing cards have, and again, you only have 5 to start, is they have people at the top. So they might have laborers or scientists, but they also act as your resources. So on your turn, you're going to have 5 cards, and you are going to be using some of them as resources to drive, to drive the engine and the output of these cards. And then you might use that output in conjunction with other output to chain them into more cards. And essentially, you're maximizing your hand every turn, and then obviously filling back up. So it lives by its name. You really feel like you're doing some fun chaining, and it's got that really satisfying, make you feel smart type of play as you're trying to work out that combo, but it's fast enough that people don't feel like they're waiting, and it goes really quickly, and a huge move and a small move, there isn't that much range, but it's very satisfying as you do that. And there are some cards that let you have player interaction, but it's limited. You might steal some cards or mess with somebody else, but for the most part, you're going to be just focusing on your hand, and there's even a solo play version of it. So, very enjoyable, very nicely done. Very cool way to take the idea of this big, huge thing that's 2 hours of play that I can't easily get onto the table on a short night after dinner, right? But then have this other game that does it, and I'm going to make a mess, but this other game that does it, and also it's a nice introduction to this other game. So, recommended. Kickstarter is live. Do check it out. Subscribe, share, all that good stuff. More importantly, play some great games. Thanks. Bye.